Pisara, mata sa Pisara, sabay-sabay tayo rito sa Pisara.
Magandang araw, class, and here's our first ever segment for our educational digital platform, Pisara Campus. The blackboard is finally out. And together with your teachers on board, we want to welcome you with virtual hugs. Dahil may COVID-19 po ngayon, opo. But we hope that you will stay with us, not only in this segment, but in this journey of constant learning. And here's our lesson for today. Dahil mahilig tayo sa math, di ba? Algebra. Finding x, y, z as easy as 1, 2, 3. So in this lesson, we want to give you a practical know-how on algebra questions in a daily life. And also teach you how to break down complex problems. And teach you also very simple tips and tricks. Okay, so what better way to do this than to solve together a math word problem? So class, mata sa Pisara. It's fiesta time! Filipino families, especially in the provinces, love to gather together, especially this time. Sa panahong ito, natitikman natin ang pinakamasasarap na pagkaing Pinoy. And Nanay wants to serve her best-tasting adobo to her visitors. So she asked her daughter Petra to buy some ingredients: toyo, suka, and paminta. Nanay promised to give the change to Petra as her additional baon if she does so. Kung masunurin si Petra, meron siyang ekstrang pera. Nanay gave Petra 300 pesos. So Petra, with a cheerful face, then went to the sari-sari store. So now, here's the problem of Petra.
Nanay wants to prepare adobo for 20 people. And each of Nanay's adobo serving is good for 5 people in their family. And for every serving of Nanay's adobo, she uses 3 sachets of toyo, 2 sachets of suka, and 2 packets of paminta. And each sachet of toyo costs 12 pesos. And each sachet of suka costs just the same. And each packet of paminta is half the price of toyo. How much is left for Petra's baon?
Remember that Nanay gave her 300 pesos. So, what do you think, class? How do we help Petra solve her problem? We will teach you a very simple approach. Ito siya. Check your PES. Pero bago po ang lahat, paalala po natin ngayon sa panahon ng pandemya, my dear friends, don't touch your PES. Opo. Ingat po tayong lahat. So, ayan. Now, let's break it down. Doon na tayo. Sa tunay na PES, opo.
P is for problem, E is for equation, and S is for solution.
So first, we always need to know the problem. What are we trying to solve? Diba? So yung problem natin that we have to give answer to later on is this one. How much is left for Petra's baon if Nanay gave her 300 pesos? So after you are clear with your problem,
Now we go to the equation. So we know that in algebra, every word problem is translated into equations. So before we can write the equations down, we also have to remember the given data first. So we know that Nanay wants to prepare adobo for 20 people.
and each serving of adobo is good for 5 people.
And each sachet of toyo costs 12 pesos. And each sachet of suka costs just the same. And each packet of paminta costs half the price of toyo.
So now, we will write the equations by using x, y, z.
But don't be scared. It sounds a lot, but most of these can be easily solved. So we just wanted to use 4 letters this time, X, Y, Z, and B. So we will do it step by step. So let X be the price of toyo, Y be the price of suka, Z the price of paminta, and then we have B, the baon of Petra. We which is the unknown that we want to find out later on.
Okay, so again, let's do a quick recap.
In the sari-sari store, you have already seen the price of toyo, and you know that it's the same price as 1 sachet of suka, and each packet of paminta is half the price of toyo.
So first, we have X. And this is actually very easy. We already know this number, but it is just helpful to represent X with the price of toyo so we can easily write down the other equation. So X is the price of toyo. And we know that X is equivalent to Y. The price of toyo is equal to the price of suka. And we also know that X, the price of paminta, is also equal to twice the price of paminta. The price of toyo is equal to twice the price of paminta. Remember a while ago that each packet of paminta is half the price of toyo. So it means that when you have 2Z, if you have 2Z, 2 packets of paminta, that is equivalent to 1X, 1 sachet of toyo. Okay, so now this is the part where we write the bigger equation or the main equation in order to solve the unknown, which is the Baon of Petra. Okay, so we will do this by finding the total value in peso of the ingredients. Yung presyo, yung total na presyo ng mga bilihin.
So first, each serving of Nanay's adobo needs 3x, 3 sachets of toyo, plus 2 packets of paminta, 2Z. Diba? But this is only good for 5 people. Remember that Nanay wants to serve 20 people. So we need to multiply this by 20 divided by 5 because for 20 people, we need this for 20 people and each serving is good for 5 people. So this expression right here would give us the total value of the ingredients. And this should be equivalent to 300 pesos
See this equation, it looks long, but it's easy to solve. So now let's go to the last step of the solution. And in algebra, one common method we use is substitution. So we will substitute the letters with numbers one by one.
So we already know that x is 12. And since x is equal to y, so y is also 12. The suka is also 12 pesos. And since 2z is equal to x, so we will transpose this to find z. So x divided by 2. So x is 12. So now you have 12 divided by 2. So z is 6. So your paminta is 6 pesos. So now we have x, y, z, right? X, y, z. Now we only need to know b.
So let's do this by doing substitution. 3 times 12 plus 2 times 12 plus 2 times z. Okay, then we do it together.
2 times 12 is 36. 2 times 12 is 24. And 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, so 36 plus 24 plus 12, that's 72. And then 20 divided by 5 is 4. So you have there 72 times 4 is equal to 300 minus b. So this is 72 times 4 is 288 is equal to 300 minus b.
So now we need to know b. So let's just move b to the other side. So remember that when we do transposition, when we move things to the other side, the sign changes. So this is minus b. Here, it will become plus b. Okay? That's clear?
And next is this number. We need to move to the other side because birds of the same feather flock together. So 300 dapat kasama niya si 288. So ililipat natin yung 288 sa kabila. Ayan. So remember, balikan natin. Ito, meron siyang hidden positive sign dyan. Pero dahil ililipat natin siya sa kabila, yung positive magiging negative. Okay? Ano po ba? Alright, okay. So when you solve that, balikan natin. When you solve that, 300 minus 288, that is 12.
So again, what's the problem? How much is left for Petra's baon if Nanay gave her 300 pesos? So the answer is Petra will have 12 pesos as her baon. Okay, nasolve na natin. And just like anything in life, my dear class, practice is key. And you will get better as you go along. And maraming salamat po sa panunood at sa pakikinig. Class, paalam, hanggang sa muli. See you in our next class.